Okay, you thought you had it all figured out. You were in a good place. You had strategic plans for your life, and you worked hard to accomplish those goals. Everything was working well, and then life happened. So now you've fallen, you're in a rut, and it seems like you just can't pull it back together. Well, I stopped by to encourage you as I encourage myself. You can't stay there. If you want to maneuver and find your way and get back up and continue on with life, you can't stay there at that place you're at. You have to figure it out. So, in today's video, I'm going to be encouraging you and talking about 3 P's that are imperative to your mental health and being successful in life in general. But before I get into the video, if you would like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, it would be greatly appreciative. However, if you've never been here before, this is Motivation with Margaret. I do um, inspiration topics here. I motivate people. I give tips on business and marketing. I give tips on health and fitness. So there's a lot of little things going on over here. But the whole purpose of my channel is to keep you inspired and motivated to be your best self and to be your best in life. So thank you for joining me. So let's get right into this video. I am so happy that you decided to stick around for this video, and I do hope that you will stick around until the end of the video. We have so many different things that we're dealing with now, and it is imperative that we take care of our mental health. So in today's video, I'm talking about 3 words that start with P that will help us in our maneuvering through life, especially during this most difficult time of a pandemic that's lingering and being dragged and dragging us what seems like through the mud. Life is so very difficult right now, but I stopped by to encourage you as I encourage myself. So you did thought you had it all figured out. We all been there. We make plans for our lives and then we do whatever we need to do to reach those goals. And then everything is going well. And then life throws us curveballs. Life throws us lemons sometimes. But we have to take those lemons, as my mom used to say, and make lemonade. We got to make the best out of the situation that we are in. The 3 words that start with the letter P that are so imperative, especially during this most difficult time. The first word is prayer. You knew I was going to say that. We cannot make it on our own, especially now with everything being so difficult. There's struggles financially, there's stress in the household because of the struggle. There's just so much going on. So, prayer is so very important right now. You can get off to yourself. You ain't got to let nobody know that you're praying. Sometimes I pray just sitting in my seat watching television. If people are around me, I close my eyes because something will come into my head and I start thinking about something and I'll say a little prayer right there. You have to continue praying. That's so important to make it to the next hour, to make it to the next day, the next month. You got to pray because life can be so difficult and it weighs you down and it seems like you just can't pull yourself back together. But I stop by to encourage you that you cannot stay in the place, the adverse state that you're in, because I've said in several of my videos, we only have 2 choices in life, and that's to stay where we're at in the situation that we're in, the unfavorable situation that we're facing, or we can get up from that situation, pull it back together, and continue to maneuver through life and be successful. So, prayer is so very important. I pray morning, noon, and night, sometimes throughout the day, because seem like there's been darts thrown constantly with the crazy inflation, the unemployment numbers, the financial struggles, the high gas prices, the high food prices. Those are darts, and they've just been thrown at us. So there's no way we can make it on our own during these most difficult times without prayer. I'm a prayer warrior. At any time, you can feel free to drop me a message and just tell me to pray for you. You don't have to tell me your specifics, but I know the power of prayer, and I know that God will come through. And just leave me a message that you want me to pray with you and for you, and I will be more than happy because I know that prayer changes things. So that's number 1P, prayer. Number 2 word that starts with a P, which is so very important in this time, is patience. It's hard when you see your life continually fall apart all around you. Everything is just falling apart, but it's so important to have patience at this time. If you pray to God about a situation, about your life, you have to have the patience to wait it out, to ride out the storm. Just know that God heard your prayer. You have to believe that He's going to answer your prayer. You have to have the patience to wait it out. Don't try to fix things the way that you want them fixed. But you have to have the patience to know that in due time, God is going to fix your situation the way that He wants it fixed, the way that it will work out for your good. What we go through is not all the time good, but God works things out for our good. So patience is very important. You may be going through a situation where you're dealing with disrespectful children. Pray about it and wait it out and have patience that, that God is going to fix it, that His Spirit is going to be poured upon that child or those children that are being disrespectful. Because in the Bible, it tells us that in the last days, God is going to pour out His Spirit upon all flesh. So just be patient, whatever you're facing. Be patient if you are facing financial struggles. Just don't give up. Just make sure, I find this very important, whatever God blesses you with, be a blessing and pay your tithes to your ministry, to another ministry, and watch God. He promised that if we pay our tithes, He will open up the windows of heaven and pour us out a blessing that we will not have room enough to receive. God is pouring blessings into my life, and I know that because I'm a faithful tither, that's going to come to pass. It's going to come to fruition, that the blessings are going to be so overwhelming, which is a good thing, that I'm not going to have room enough to receive what God has for me. Because God cannot lie. God will not lie. So you have to believe that He's going to pour you out a blessing. If you make that effort to tithe with whatever little bit you have, if you don't have but $2, get 10% of that. That's 20 cents. Just be faithful in tithing and watch God turn things around for you. He's done it for me. He's going to do it for you. So, patience in your situation is very important. Pray about it and wait on God and have the patience to keep waiting and keep waiting. Don't try to fix it yourself because we can get in the way of God working things out for us. Stay out of the way. Go back. Stand back and watch God fix it for you. So we have prayer and we have patience. That is number 2. Number 3P, the word that starts with the P, which is so very important, especially during these difficult times. Perseverance. Oh, it's overwhelming with all we've been through since this pandemic started and all the headaches and the struggles that we're going through. Family members turning against family members. People are crazy outside wherever you go because they're frustrated. But perseverance, no matter what, you have to pray, be patient, and persevere and know that God sees all. He knows our pain, He sees our tears, He knows our struggles. We have to trust and believe that God will come through and He's going to bring this pandemic to an end. And then we'll be able to get back to our normal lives. There won't be all this stress and headache going on all the time. It's something going on all the time that's keeping us stressed out. But we got to persevere. No matter what we are facing, we have to continue to persevere. One day at a time. That's all we can do. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, is all I ask of you. Lord, give me the strength to do everything that I have to do. Yesterday's gone, and tomorrow will never be. Sweet Jesus, help me to be. That's all we can do. We can't do it on our own. So those are the three P's that are so very important. We have prayer. We cannot live without it, especially in these difficult times. Whew, it's a lot going on. So pray. Pray and pray some more and pray some more until a change comes. It will come. Just believe. And then number two, patience. Don't get in God's way. We try to make and rush God answer things the way that we want. We try to get Him to answer the prayer the way that we want Him to answer it, but we have to stay out of God's way and have patience and know that He's going to make everything all right. And number three, perseverance. You have to be determined. Life knocked you down, but you have to be determined to get up and pull it back together and just continue on with life, knowing that God's got your back. He's not going to put more on us than we can bear. It seems overwhelming sometimes. It seems like all the problems, all the stresses, it's just too much. But we have to trust and believe that God's word is true. He will not put more on us than we can bear. Everything we go through is not easy, it's not favorable, it's very painful at times, but God always has a master plan. He came that you and me might have life and to have it more abundantly. So everything that we're dealing with right now, this too shall pass. You have to trust and believe that this too shall pass. So those are my tips for today, and I hope what I've spoken has been an inspiration to you in some way. I'm very tired. I have a lot going on, and I'm working like crazy hours. I wanted to come up here and give you something, so I didn't write everything down and get everything organized like I normally do for my videos, but I'm bringing it to you raw. So I hope that what I've brought to you is an inspiration to you somehow, some way. And just trust and believe that God hears your prayers. He sees what you're going through. And no matter what, you have to keep the faith that when you pray, trust and believe that God is going to come through. You just have to wait it out. Ride out your storm. Don't you give up in your storm because on the other side of your storm, God has something better for you. God has something greater for you. You just have to be patient and continue to ride out the storm and persevere. You got to pray about it. You got to be patient and wait for God, and you got to persevere until you get through that storm. So God bless you. Again, I hope I've inspired you and encouraged you in some kind of way. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Be blessed, be encouraged, and God bless you all. I love you all. Mwah. See you in my next video. Bye bye.